What's up, guys? Welcome back, everybody, to the training tree. Today we're going to be talking about combat basics. If you didn't see the movement basic video, I'm going to put it like right there. You can go check it out when you have time. Today we're talking about combat means we're focusing on armoring, blue focus armoring, blue focus cancel, and we're also talking a little bit about combos and how not to do the 1, 2, 3. So basic combat in this game, every weapon, the third strike will be a focus or blue strike. So if I come up to someone, I hit him once, twice, 3 times, it's going to be a blue. That blue is the only move that can be countered in this game. So here's the rock, paper, scissors effect. You have the white, the blue, and the red. Each one beats another in a circle. Second strike with the greatsword is blue. The third strike could either be a light attack or it could be a blue attack. And some weapons will have that switch up ability. So here we go, 1, 2, and we finish with a blue. With dagger here, after you choose to dodge, we're going to reset our partner here. After you choose to dodge, you can come back with a blue or you can come back with a light. Right? Light, blue, 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 attack, dodge out, light. So that's the mix up with the weapon, is you have to know and be on the lookout for that blue surprise. It's called a soul break. So soul break covers quite a distance and can be an explosive move for sure. So what you're going to want to do is learn how to apply a lot of damage without giving blue attacks at all. Not to say we can't ever give blue attacks, it's just sometimes they get you in trouble. It's the only thing that can be countered, and you have to know where to place those blue attacks. So starting at the basics, we've got the 1, 2, 3. Boom. And then you've got some ways to mix it up without just going straight into that blue focus attack at the end, right? The 1, 2, 3, we're going to call it 1, 2, crouch, 1, 2, crouch. 1, 2, crouch, 1, 2, crouch, 1, 2, crouch. And so repeating that can put a flurry of strikes on your opponent and never give them the opportunity to counter any of those strikes. Another same variation of that would be 1, 2, jump, 1, 2, 1, 2, jump, boom. And you can see after your second strike, if you jump, it's going to reset your combo. So you'll be back at your first strike again. Awesome. Let's talk about focus canceling. So focus canceling, this blue focus here is not only used to unleash a devastating attack. When you're in the state of blue focus, when your body's covered in that blue glow, that means that white attacks or light attacks like this can't stagger you, and they also apply less damage. So you want to find ways to maintain this blue position throughout the fight. If you're approaching someone like this, they might hit you and stagger you. So what you want to do is use that slide we talked about in the movement video. And you want to be sliding up to your opponent in a state of blue focus. That way you can't be interrupted by their light attacks. The only thing they could do would be hit you with a focus move. So if y'all are both charging at each other and one lets off before the other or started charging first, then they might win that interaction. You can always cancel those moves like you're seeing me do repeatedly. So we're going to talk about focus cancel, which is essentially showing that you're going to give a blue strike and then canceling that into another option. So we're going to focus, we're going to cancel, run up one more time, we focus, we cancel, we can strike from there into an uppercut. You can do a vertical strike, focus, cancel, strike, 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 focus, cancel, strike, strike, strike. And so you can really throw your opponent off who's trying to read your actions on the battlefield. The fighting in this game is a mind game. It's a battle between the minds, if you will, where you're trying to fake out your opponent by showing what moves you're giving and then rapidly changing what you're actually going to be outputting into the battle. So that's focus canceling, would be in the middle of a 1, 2, 3. You can hold your last hit and cancel. Really see what your opponent's going to do. So we'll get into combos a little bit later. I would say the best place to start is, again, get your movement down. Make sure you're comfortable with that. If you didn't watch the video, go watch it. come back, and then you can learn the basics of battle, which is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 will give you that light, blue attack, or light, heavy attack. Using the charge cancel that we talked about, you're able to mix up that attack. So you can do a lot of different stuff in the battle that your opponent might not be able to read. With that blue focus, there's another option you can do. Say you and your opponent are both charging blue at each other. You can hold that blue and hit your parry button, and it should take you from a state of blue focus or armoring, so light hits can't hit you here, and you could counter a blue attack if it was being laid out. So that's super cool. Both players might be charging blue, and one goes into parry, one lets off. It's up to you. Maybe two players go into blue here as a stance, and one cancels. The other counters. At that point, the first person to strike would win the interaction. So let's do, now that you have armoring, let's use that in a battle and do something called armoring a hit. Alright guys, so we came to Celestra, and I brought my friend Claravoyance, who is one of the greatest dagger players to ever grace the battlefield in this game. And we're going to demonstrate armoring, that technique we were talking about earlier in the video, a little bit better with an opponent. So, if I armor myself and he strikes at me, you see how it didn't stagger me there? I'm going to armor towards him again. And he strikes at me, I'm able to still react. The effect of this in battle is going to come into play when I can take priority and start a combo of my own after he applies that hit. So for this example, I'm going to demonstrate taking priority by armoring his first hit and applying my own. That's perfect. So let's demonstrate that one more time. I'm going to armor in, he's going to attack, and I will swing quickly after he applies the attack, and it will let me take priority in the situation. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So guys, now we're going to demonstrate how to dodge maybe a focus attack. Certain weapons you'll be able to, certain weapons it's harder to do that. So know the weapon that you're fighting. We'll do katana as a demonstration. Claravoyance will charge his focus at me, and I will dodge behind him. Start charging. We'll do one more for demonstration. Let's go. You can dodge past that focus instead of choosing to counter or let off of your focus as well. When it comes to creating combos or to learning combos, that mix-up is really important. It's not always a crouch after your 1, 2. 1, 2, crouch. It might not be a crouch. It might be a jump. 1, 2. It might be a shift dodge, which is a fast dodge out and lets you strike in very quickly. So I think we'll cover that. That's part of, it's kind of part of movement, kind of very important for combat. So what that is in this game we talked about how to dodge. You're going to have to hold your control. You can see here watching my controller, if I run and then just tap the button, it launches me forward, it dodges me forward, but I don't start to run. To run, you'd have to hold that button for a moment. Well, when you're fighting someone, if you attack and then let off the dodge, so if you attack, tap dodge and let off the button, it makes you complete the entire animation. You end up farther away from your opponent and you're not able to react or swing your sword until you've completed the full dodge. So, attack, dodge out, attack back in. A little bit slower than it could be if you hold that shift. So if you dodge after an attack and you hold your shift button or your dodge button, you're going to be able to strike back at your opponent using the game's detection system of where your opponent is. You're going to be able to strike back at them very quickly. So we'll attack, we'll dodge out, and we'll attack back. There's a slow pace, but attack, dodge out, attack back. You see how that was much faster. Attack, dodge out, slow. Attack, dodge out, fast back. Attack, dodge out, fast back. And that's because I'm holding after a dodge. I hold my button. Same thing works with the counter in this game. If you were to fully dodge and then spam counter, you wouldn't be able to make an action until your dodge was completed. But if you hold dodge, you can counter before the dodge completes its full animation. So that is animation canceling. Alright, so we came over to the wall to demonstrate a technique called scale rush. Scale rushing is when you grab any flat surface or ledge and you press horizontal attack. It will launch you off of that surface with an assault ready. Boom. The longer that you hold in the scale rush, it will charge to a state of blue focus, like charging your weapon on the ground. You don't have to charge on flat surfaces or ledges. It's almost instantaneous. And anything circular, like a pole or a tree, you're going to have to hold your charge. Because if you don't, it's going to shoot you up the tree like that. So when you grab a tree, you have to hold your charge fully and you'll scale rush off. So let's get back to this flat surface over here. Scale rush is a special move, and there are jades that increase the damage done. It does do a little bit more damage. The first hit of a scale rush does not count as the first hit of your combo, so you almost get an extra hit in there. Before we leave, I guess we need to probably pull up on this video as well, maybe my settings. We had some people ask about the settings before. It starts with jump, dodge, crouch, move, camera, horizontal strike, vertical strike, replace equipment, switch weapons, use meds, use items, grappling hook, skill, ultimate, lock, aim, range shoot, quick counter, map, mark emotes, bag, and pick up or repair weapons. As far as your bag buttons go, that's not going to be for combat, but it's definitely important to note it. Thank you guys so much for chilling with me, hanging out. I will catch you guys in the advanced video. We will have more to come. See you guys out there.